You know what grinds my gears? This whole Hulk Hogan death thing, and we're torn about his legacy. Because frankly, I watched him as a kid, but I wasn't exactly a Hulkamaniac, and I watched him in the NWO, but he wasn't my favorite, and I watched him come back to WWE and basically suck, and then recently get booed off of Monday Night Raw when he could barely walk because it appeared he had both a stick up his ass and poop in his pants. But the guy's got a history of lying his ass off, trying to derail other people's pushes in professional wrestling, using his stature to get other people held back from being champion, and utilizing the unscrupulously given creative control in his fucking performer contract to stop companies from growing so he could still be the sole focus, because the man's ego was astronomical. And then on top of it, he makes racist comments. The ones I'm talking about were where he dropped N-bombs on his daughter about having sex with black guys. And basically, Brooke, let me tell you something, brother. I don't mind if you go out there and you fuck some guys, but they better be rappers or basketball players and have money. Don't just be an average brother. You fuck whoever you want, but just don't have him be a brother. And that's basically it, except with N-bombs, which I can understand why black people would be pissed off about, right? So there's that. So then they're doing tributes to the Hulkster on all these shows, and I'm also on Blue Sky and Twitter, and people are tearing him apart and like, good, I'm glad he's fucking dead. Fuck that motherfucker. So they've got these tear-filled eyes of people that knew him, and I get that. You knew the real Hulk Hogan, or Terry Bollea, as his real name was. But then you got the people that fucking gave up on him because of all the fucked up shit he did and how full of shit he has been. Case in point, once upon a time ago, there's a video, you can find it from an episode of The Undertaker's 6 Feet Under podcast or whatever it's called, and he says, I went to give Hulk Hogan a tombstone pile driver. And he was the golden goose and I was a rookie. And when I pile drove him, he goes, oh, you got me, brother. Now, I was supposed to get a big push from this by beating the Hulkster. And after the match, he gets, walked out. He says, I injured him. And I'm thinking, I'm going to get fired. I just injured the golden goose. I'm the new guy. And then they look at the footage and Hogan's head never hit the mat. So he tried to bullshit his way into keeping his top spot to hold down Mark Calloway, a.k.a. The Undertaker, who's a fucking Hall of Famer whose career went 30 years. Obviously, he didn't get fired, but that's the type of guy Hulk Hogan was. Or, famously, Jeff Jarrett was supposed to win the title in WCW, and this was Bash at the Beach in 2000. It was the final Bash at the Beach before the company folded and was bought by Vince McMahon. But Hogan stopped Jarrett from winning the title, and the whole thing is just a fucking mess to the point that they did an episode about this on Dark Side of the Ring. And then additionally, you've got the finger poke of doom, where he just, boop, Kevin Nash goes down, lets Hogan pin him so he can be the champion. I don't know, but that was basically the beginning of the end for World Championship Wrestling. So Hogan fucked over WCW, and then eventually he lands in NWA TNA, back when it was just TNA after they dropped the NWA affiliation. And he fucks them over too by turning it into Hulk Hogan's WCW 2.0 with his butt buddy Eric Bischoff. So I personally, as a wrestling fan, fucking hate Hulk Hogan. And I personally, as a fan of the Iron Sheik, think that when Hogan died, Sheiky Baby was up there like, fuck the Hulk Hogan, you come face me now, let him in the pearly gates, that number one cocksucker. I will take the jabroni, I will break his back and make him humble, that piece of shit. And now they're having a wrestling match in the afterlife, which I also don't believe in, but whatever. Fuck Hulk Hogan. He's a piece of shit. He fucked wrestling. He's a racist asshole. And also, he was a Trump supporter, so nail in the coffin there, no pun intended. So what you gonna do when the Grim Reaper comes for you? Because apparently you said too many prayers and took too many, quote, vitamins back in the day, and your heart gave out. And that's the way that you're going out. On your back. 1, 2, 3. Brother.